Hello friends and welcome to my channel. So friends, it's been a while that SDXL 0.9 has been unveiled and you're still trying to install and run it natively in your computers. I've been trying it for the last couple of weeks but without any success. So finally I came upon this easy method which actually allows us to install SDXL 0.9 inside our automatic 1111 installation without any single hitch. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that. But a word of caution, if you do not have at least 12 GB of RAM, you might find that it is stuck while doing the generations. So in order to run SDXL 0.9, what I did is I installed Linux in my computer, and in Linux, everything runs very fast. The techniques for installing SDXL 0.9 in Linux is exactly the same as running SDXL 0.9 in Windows if you have a capable computer with at least 12 GB of video RAM. Now I have a 3060 Ti with only 8 GB of video RAM. So in order to create the images, I had to use Linux. So I will show you how I was able to install SDXL 0.9 inside Linux, but the same commands should also work in your Windows computer if you have the minimum hardware requirements met. Now I have run SDXL in my Linux system and it runs perfectly fine, and I'm yet to do it in my Windows system. So in this video, I'm actually going to install it in my Windows system and show you how it works. But I'm going to show you the generations inside my Linux system because I'm pretty sure that my Windows system will not be able to handle it because Windows takes up so much of RAM and VRAM that Stable Diffusion does not have enough resource left to be able to run anything. Whereas in Linux, it runs perfectly and it runs very fast indeed. So let's go down to my computer and see how I was able to do that. So I'm in my Stable Diffusion Web UI folder. In order to run SDXL, what you need to do is you need to run a series of commands inside your web UI using the command interface. These are very easy and I'm going to list them underneath the video. First, I'm going to do them and then I'm going to tell you what exactly these commands do. So first of all, let's enter the command interface. So click here and write CMD, and this will create the command interface inside the web UI folder. So as you can see, we're inside my web UI folder. The first thing that you need to do is you need to do a git pull. A git pull essentially updates a repository and make sure that it is the latest version. So let's do the git pull. So let's type git pull and press enter. So what it will do is it will automatically download all the changes that have happened since the last time I ran it, and it's going to refresh and update all of the files. Then I'm going to type another command which is git fetch. So what you need to do is you need to type it in exactly as I say, or just copy paste it from the description below. So type this in git fetch dash all dash tags. Sorry, I made a mistake. So you need to type in git fetch dash all dash tags and press enter. Okay, looks like I have already done that. So there is nothing new to download, no new tags to fetch. Now the more important part is that we need to check out a tag which is version 1.5 release candidate. I'll show you what it means, but first let's just put the command in. So what I have done with this command is that I have switched to a new branch of Stable Diffusion Web UI. I'll show you now what that exactly means. So here I am in Stable Diffusion Web UI GitHub page, and over here you can see that they have different release versions. So the most stable one is 1.4, but they have a few more releases. So let's click here. So you can see that the latest version is 1.5.0 RC, which is the release candidate, but it is not final yet. And this is the version that has the SDXL support. So what we have done here is basically we have asked the web UI to leave the main branch, the stable version 1.4, and veer off towards branch 1.5.0, which is a release candidate, because that is the one that has experimental SDXL support. So right now we are in Stable Diffusion Web UI, but we are not in the main branch, we are in the experimental branch. And now that we are experimental branch, we now have to do the git pull again to download the experimental branch. So again, let's write down git pull. So let's see which branch I'm in currently. Maybe I'm still not inside the new branch. So let's type in git branch. Okay, so yeah, we can see that there is a master branch and an SDXL branch, and right now we are at version 1.5.0 dash RC. So actually we are good to run. So actually we are in the branch that can run SDXL. So let's just enter the Stable Diffusion web UI. But before that, we have to copy the SDXL base safe tenor file inside the model folders. I have already done that from Hugging Face. I'll give you the link to it. If you have downloaded it from Hugging Face, you need to place it in the regular models folder. So I'm going to copy it and place it in my regular models folder. So this is my SDXL base 0.9 safe tenors. I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to go to my Automatic 1111, and we're going to place it in the models folder and inside the Stable Diffusion folder. And as you can see, I've already done that, so I don't need to copy it, paste it again. We're ready to go. So now we can go ahead and run Stable Diffusion web UI. Okay guys, so I'm inside my Automatic 1111, and as you can see, SDXL 0.9 has been loaded already, and I'm ready to generate. So before you generate, you have to keep a few things in mind. The first thing that you need to do is you need to set a minimum width and height to 1024. That is because SDXL was trained on 1024 by 1024 images. So if you go anything below that, it will not give you a good image, it will give you a garbage result. The second thing is that you might need a higher sampling step. So I'm going to start with 30, and now I'm going to put in a prompt and try. So I'm going to press generate and then close my recording because I want to give the maximum amount of VRAM to the SDXL generator. So our generation is over. So this is the image that was created. Let's zoom in. So this is my first image created in SDXL 0.9, and I wouldn't say that it's a very good image, but it's much better than the base 1.5 or the 2.1 Stable Diffusion checkpoints that used to create images. And with the new LoRa's coming in and custom SDXL safe tensor checkpoint files, I'm sure you're gonna get much better results. As you can see, I've actually generated this image inside by Linux because my Windows was actually failing to complete the images. It was taking a very long time. That is because Windows actually captures a lot of resources from the video card, so it takes a lot of time to render and generate these images. So I think if you're really serious about running a lot of SDXL images, you can also come to Linux like me. The generation speed was really fast. I was able to create this image, I think, in 20 seconds. So 30 steps took only 20 seconds, and the generated image was actually very good. So guys, I hope you can install SDXL using this method and create amazing images. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.